the Commission provided Matisse with a new, yet not wholly unfamiliar, functional problem. Dance and Music of 1910 had definite architectural ambitions, since they were painted for specific locations in Shushkin's house. Moreover, the fact that Matisse was given erroneous dimensions for the lunette-like space they were occupying offered the artist a second challenge to restudy the dance motif, since the mistake was not discovered until one full-size version had already been completed. He did not simply adapt his first composition to the new dimensions, but instead re-explored the whole theme. In the present preliminary studies, we glimpse the remains of the earlier concept of a ring of dancers, their hands held in powerful linking tension. Gradually, the artist took this architectural feature into account, until in these present studies, the tenth circle is broken, some of the dancers having fallen to the ground in exhaustion, while others remain erect, triumphant survivors of the Bacchic frenzy. Dance 1, 1932. The Dream, 1935. Pink Nude, 1935. Window in Tahiti, 1935. During his visit to the South Seas, specifically Tahiti, Matisse did several remarkable drawings, but no paintings. Hence it was not until 5 years after the trip that the artist sought to condense his experiences, relying in part on studies realized on the spot, producing this tapestry cartoon which functions as a monumental souvenir of his voyage. Carrying over from his earlier picture is only the ship, moored with its sails furled. As we look through the open window across the placid, tranquil scene, the somber colors suggest a new and different sort of light in his work. Only the balustrade at the bottom suggests an architectural reference to the window, for the point of view from which the artist is recording his sensations. The human figure has been banished. The foliage and clouds and the indications of a curtain on the left are of a curving pattern whose scale and weight is remarkably uniform throughout. Elena in a Striped Dress, 1937. Striped Dress, 1937. The Lady with the Caraco Red, 1937. The Lady in Blue, 1937. Two Dancers, 1938. The Reader, 1939. Music, 1939. Two familiar motifs inherent in the art of Matisse are now distilled with marvelous restraint in another late masterpiece. That of the calming influence of music is here placed in the context of its repeated motif of the 1920s. A pair of female figures in either complementary or parallel attitudes. The female twosome was, in fact, the motif for some of his most splendid drawings of the Nice period. Later, this theme will be transformed once again in the 1947 series of Women Reading, but in the present picture, the two women receive their most monumental, hierarchic treatment. Romanian Blouse, 1940. Still Life with Oysters, 1940. Pineapples and Anemones, 1940. The Dream, 1940. Interior with an Etruscan Vase, 1940. Still Life with Green Marble, 1941. Two Young Ladies, The Yellow Dress, 1941. Still Life with Magnolia, 1941. Narcissus and Fruits, 1941. Sitting Dancer, Rocks, 1942. The Black Door, 1942. The Idol, 1942. The Clown, 1943. The Circus, 1943. Monsieur Loyal, 1943. The Nightmare of the White Elephant, 1943. Icarus, 1943. The Burial of Pierrot, 1943. The Sword Swallower, 1943. The Knife Juggler, 1943. The Destiny, 1943. The Slide, 1943. Michaelia, 1943. The Luth, 1943. The Horse, the Rider, and the Clown, 1944. The Heart, 1944. The Wolf, 1944. Forms, 1944. The Codemas, 1944. The Swimmer in the Aquarium, 1944. The Lagoon, 17th, 1944. The Lagoon, 18th, 1944. The Lagoon, 19th, 1943. Young Lady in White, 1944. Interior Yellow and Blue, 1946. Polynesia, the Sky, 1946. Polynesia, the Sea, 1946. Young Lady in White, Red Background, 1946. Madame L.D., 1947. Young English Lady, 1947. Little Blue Interior, 1947. The Prune Tree's Branch, 1948. The Pineapple, 1948. Interior with Egyptian Curtain, 1948. Big Red Interior, 1948. Dominican Chapel of the Rosary, Vence, 1948. There is a temptation to see in this unique effort an exceptional isolated incident in the artist's late career, an act of devotion on the part of an atheist, an ex voto celebrating his recovery from the two serious surgical operations of 1941. Matisse at Vence had his one opportunity to create a total environment, drawing together